The biggest difference between a professionally designed dining room and one that simply looks nice is often a series of small decisions that most people never notice. They're the quiet details that work together behind the scenes. And today, we're sharing some of our favorites. These are the styling techniques we genuinely use in our own projects, and many of them rarely make it into magazines or social media posts. So if you're ready to make your dining room feel warmer, more inviting, and effortlessly luxurious, let's get started. One of the very first things we do when designing a dining room is something that surprises most clients. We don't actually start inside the room. Instead, we stand in the hallway, the kitchen, or wherever you're most likely to approach the dining space, and we ask one simple question. Where does your eye land first? That first view sets the tone for the entire room. Ideally, your eye should be drawn towards something beautiful. It could be a sculptural pendant light, a large piece of artwork, or a beautifully styled sideboard. Luxury interiors are carefully composed to draw in attention long before you actually step into them. One thing we've noticed over the years is that people often fall in love with every beautiful material they see. Walnut? Gorgeous. Marble? Stunning. Travertine? Yes, please. Boucle? Always tempting. Brass? Absolutely. The problem is, if they're all competing for attention, none of them truly shine. Instead, choose one hero material. Perhaps it's a beautifully grained walnut dining table or a stunning piece of natural stone. Once you've chosen your star, allow the other materials to quietly support it, rather than trying to steal the spotlight. This is probably one of the biggest mindset shifts. Most people decorate by asking, what dining chair should I buy? Do I need a mirror? Should I add wallpaper? But as designers, we rarely think about individual items. Instead, we're constantly asking, what's missing? Perhaps the room has beautiful furniture, but no softness. Maybe it has lovely lighting, but lacks texture. Or perhaps everything feels perfect, except there's nothing living in the room. Great interiors are built layer by layer until the space feels balanced. This is one of our favorite designer secrets. When a room feels cold, most people instinctively reach for stronger colors, but texture is often far more effective. A hand-woven linen runner, a beautifully aged brass candle holder, a handmade ceramic bowl, natural timber with visible grain. Even changing glossy accessories for matte finishes can completely alter how a room feels, because matte surfaces absorb light rather than bouncing it around. It's one of those tiny details that most people won't consciously notice, but they'll definitely feel it. Here's a design term that almost never gets mentioned outside a studio: visual weight. Every object in a room has a sense of heaviness. Dark furniture feels heavier than light furniture. Large artwork carries more weight than a small frame. Heavy curtains feel different from sheer linen. Now, imagine putting all of those heavy pieces on one side of the room. Even if nobody can explain why, the room suddenly feels slightly uncomfortable. As designers, we're constantly balancing that weight across the room. If we have a substantial walnut sideboard on one wall, we might balance it with a tall olive tree or a large piece of artwork elsewhere. If we could give just one styling tip, it might be this: don't introduce a beautiful material just once. Repeat it. If you've chosen antique brass for your pendant light, let it appear again in your candle holders. Perhaps once more in the cabinet handles. 3 subtle repetitions are usually enough to create a sense of rhythm throughout the room. The same works with timber, black accents, marble, or even a particular color. Once you start looking for this in professionally designed homes, you'll see it everywhere. Here's something we almost never do. line everything up neatly across the center of a dining table. Instead, we imagine invisible triangles. A tall vase, a medium-height stack of books, a smaller decorative object. Your eye naturally travels between those 3 points, making the arrangement feel dynamic instead of rigid. It's one of the oldest styling techniques in editorial photography, and once you know it, it's almost impossible to unsee. Fresh flowers are beautiful, but they're no longer our automatic first choice. Some of our favorite dining rooms feature twisting olive branches, magnolia stems, sculptural seed heads, or even simple seasonal greenery gathered from the garden. Architectural branches bring height, movement, and shape without feeling overly formal. If there's one conversation that comes up time and time again in our studio, it's this: what can we remove? It's surprisingly rare that a room needs more. More often than not, it simply needs editing. One less vase, one less decorative object, a little more breathing space around a beautiful piece. Luxury interiors don't try to fill every corner. They allow the eye to rest. They celebrate craftsmanship, and they give beautiful materials the space they deserve. So before you buy another accessory for your dining room, take 5 minutes to remove a few things instead. You might be surprised to discover that the room you've been trying to create has been there all along. It just needed a little space to breathe. If you enjoyed today's video, we'd love to know which designer secret surprised you the most. Was it visual weight, repeating materials, or perhaps styling in triangles?